All right, guys, welcome to the channel. So today we're talking electric SUVs. I just sold my Tesla Model X. It's the 90D. It's a 2016. I had it for most of 2021. I just sold it at the end of 2021. And stay tuned for another video on that because I want to go into more detail as to why I sold it, pros and cons, why I made that decision, and so forth. But we're looking at SUVs. I'm looking at placing an order for the Rivian R1S SUV. It's electric SUV from Rivian. They have the R1T truck, which has just come out the end of 2021. Deliveries are continuing for that. But they have one called the R1S SUV, and I'm looking at that. I'm looking at placing an order. I want to go through the configurator tool and just kind of show you, give a comparison to the Tesla Model X. Tesla Model X for 2022 is a new design model for them. And I think the Rivian has some advantages to it, and that's why I'm placing an order for a Rivian. So I want to go through the configurator tool here. So let's jump into that. I want to give some pros and cons as to why the Rivian, I think, probably is the better option if you're looking at an electric SUV. Okay, just as a comparison, so this is January 2021. I want to go into the Tesla Model X and just to give you a kind of comparison here. So the Tesla Model X base model has a base price. Well, this has a few options on it. Let's go to the purchase price here. Has an estimated range of 347 miles, 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. I'm going to configure the Rivian in the same way. So this has a paint of $1,500 for the gray. I want the gray. The 20-inch wheels are included. Black interior is included. But the 7-seat layout is a $3,500 option. Base price is included. 5 seats included. 7 seats, a $3,500 option. And then full self-driving. I'm not going to add that, but if you don't add that, so we're in January 2022 right now. Look at this right here, January 2023. So it's a year out for delivery of this. But if we look at the purchase price over here, $109,000, almost $110,000 for the base Model X with just a couple of options. So that's pretty high. Here's why I think the Rivian might be and probably is a better option. First off, the Tesla Model X has a, let me just show you here, the Tesla Model X, the seating layout. When you have the third row seat, we had a Tesla Model S with the 6-seat version. The third row seats are very small. An adult cannot fit back there. A very small child has to, and it's still crammed. So I think the Rivian has an advantage when it comes to third row seating, room, and comfort. And when it comes to pricing, let's go through the Rivian R1S build, and I'll show you how I would configure this one and how we're going to order this one. So let's go in here. We're going to go to okay, we're going to configure this here. Configure now. Okay, there's really only two options. So again, this is January 2021 on the configurator tool, and this is on the Rivian.com website. There's an adventure. Let's zoom in here a little bit here. Explorer package, adventure package. So adventure package is a $5,500 additional cost. It only gives you a few other things like ventilated seats, a better sound system, a different looking headliner, and a few other interior touches, but you don't get a ton more for that $5,500. So I would just do the Explorer package. There's only one battery option, and that is the large battery pack, 316 miles. So if we compare that to Tesla, it's only about 30-mile difference of range. So the Rivian's about 30 miles less in range. The silver and white on the Rivian you get are included in the price. So silver and white are included. I like this gray, this El Cap granite. It's kind of a dark gray. I really like that. It's a $1,500 option. The gray on the Tesla is a $1,500 option too. The included wheels are a good-looking wheel. So they're a 21-inch wheel with kind of a more street tire. It's not like an off-road or an all-terrain. It's more of kind of like a street tire. I would probably just leave those same ones on there. Any other option is an upgrade. If you see that, this is the probably only other wheel I would upgrade to. This one here, 20-inch. I think that's a really cool looking wheel. When it comes to all-terrain tires, but that is a $1,800 option. So I think at best probably just to leave it at the stock or standard 21-inch road wheels. There's a couple options. There's a spare tire option. There's an off-road upgrade for $2,000. I wouldn't do that either. I don't feel that that's really a necessity. You know what? Looking at this, I probably want these wheels and tires. All-terrain wheel and tire. That looks pretty sweet right there with those wheels and tires. Interior options. Let's see what we have for interior. So really just a dark and a light. Both are included, so there's no additional cost to go with a lighter interior. I like black, so I would do a black, and I'm doing a black interior. 7 or 5 seat does not change the price, which I think is a cool option, that you're not getting charged more for the 7-seat option. So we're at 73,300. Adventure gear. There's a tent, some cargo mounts, charging. I might do the charging. So there's a roof rack, bike mount, kayak mount, surf mount. Don't need any of those. The charging option, I'd probably add this on. This is the wall charger for your home. I would probably add that on because that's going to be handy to have. Let's see what this sets is, and then let's see. We're gonna add on all-weather floor mats because $175. That's what you'd pay for like a weather tech or something, anyways. Off-road recovery kit, a field kit. Now this is something I know. It's got a bunch of like bandages and I don't think that's worth it for $150. So I think that's it. So here's our build summary on this. Explorer Pack 7, so it's 70 grand. The color and the wheels are an upgrade. That's about $3,300 an upgrade there. The wall charger and floor mats were extra, so really we're looking at $73,975 total price. Now, here's where I think the Rivian has an advantage, and that is because they haven't sold 200,000 vehicles yet, I have access to the federal tax credit rebate of $7,500 plus what my state will give me, which is about another $2,500. So that makes the Rivian even cheaper. So $73,000 now is looking closer to mid-60s. That really, guys, that when we're looking at pricing, that's like Tesla Model Y pricing compared to the X. So even though this is a bigger SUV, we're looking at the Tesla, which is going to be $109,000 versus mid-60s for the Rivian. I think that's a no-brainer. And the Rivian's going to be a little more capable off-road, and probably it's going to be able to tow more than the Tesla Model X. So one disadvantage, though, is this doesn't tell me on the Rivian website. It's not telling me what the delivery date is. Tesla is going to give me a year. It's going to take a year before I get my Tesla Model X. The Rivian, who knows when the Rivian is going to get delivered? It could be a year, it could be 2 years. So there's a little more of a mystery when it comes to when is this going to get delivered. Also, they want $1,000. So if you want to order a Rivian, you got to put $1,000 deposit down, and you don't know when it's going to get delivered. So there's a little more monetarily a bigger commitment. Tesla, you have to pay a $250 order fee, but that is not refundable. The $1,000 with Rivian is refundable 100%. So I like Rivian's approach a little better just because I do have the refundability of that full $1,000. It might be better if it was $500 or a little bit less, so it's a little more commitment to that, but I think we're going to get this order placed here and kind of see when and if it gets delivered. So the fact that it could be a couple years, it could be 2023, sometime in 2023, 2024, who knows? It's not going to be 2022, that's for sure. Even though we're in January 2022 right now, still probably going to be at least a year or two. So, but I think even though the Tesla Model X is a great looking car, this probably looks a little more like the Ford Bronco, or like a Land Cruiser or something like that. It's kind of a little more rugged looking SUV, which I like the look of, and I like the fact that it's over $40,000 less than the Tesla Model X. I mean, really, like I was telling you, after tax rebates, this is about the price of a Tesla Model Y. Tesla Model Y is the smaller SUV version. It can fit 7 people, but this is a more realistic 7-seater vehicle. This has room behind the luggage compartment, behind the third row seat in the luggage compartment, bigger front trunk, a little more spacious, a little more roomy for 7 people versus the Teslas. You know, they're crammed for 7 people. So anyways, we're going to get this ordered and just kind of see time frame wise. Also, the fact that you can order this and you don't know when it's going to deliver, that's kind of a downside, but who knows what the future holds. It could be a couple years. Really, it's just kind of holding my place in line and seeing when it's going to be delivered. One thing that could happen right now in this environment that we're in, 2022 right now, January 2022, one thing that could happen is, you know, the prices could go up 5, 10, 20, 30% in a couple years. And when this gets built, it's possible I could just have it delivered and I could, you know, immediately resell it for more than what I buy it for and take the tax credit. So that's kind of a strategy that I'm looking at doing is, you know, if the prices go up on these, I kind of locked in my pricing on this, and it's not that big of a deal to just get it, maybe have it for 6 months and, you know, turn around and try to resell it. So that is if everything kind of stays how it is. You know, if the economy falls on us and recession hits in, that's a different story. But I think this is a great option for an SUV, especially comparing it to a Tesla Model X and X. I think this is a much better deal than the X, and it's equivalent pricing to the Model Y as well, and a much more capable, much more roomier, much more spacious vehicle than the Y. I think this is the deal to go with. Okay, I just placed my order for this vehicle. This just kind of goes through my configuration summary here. Looks like we got a few pictures. I think that color looks awesome. I haven't seen one in person. The dark gray with the black seat, the black leather interior looks awesome. Looks like we can update our configuration along the way, so if things change, if I want to change to different colors or options, looks like that's an option. Okay guys, so that's kind of at least the overview, the configuration tool, and then the ordering process with Rivian. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You just create an account, you put your card in, they bill you $1,000. Like I said, I really like the look of this Rivian, and the fact that it's not going to be delivered for quite some time, you know, is another way to at least know I have a place in line. Fully refundable deposit, which is nice. Tesla, you don't get that. Tesla, you got to pay $250 whether you buy it or not. And I like the fact that I have that refundable option on there. I think it's a better deal than the Tesla as well. You know, the Tesla has maybe 30 miles more of range, but at over $60,000 more in price than the Rivian. So I think the Rivian's a better deal, and the fact that it's kind of more off-road oriented, got a little more towing and things like that, that's kind of how I'm looking at it, that it's a better deal than the Tesla Model X. Definitely the Y. I guess we have to see, you know, the Tesla Model, the Tesla Cybertruck, which I'm anxiously waiting for, which I have a reservation for. That's something that I'm also interested in, but you know, there's just been such delays on that truck that I have no clue when that's even going to come or what the final pricing or configuration is going to be. So the Tesla Model or the Tesla Cybertruck still is a way off, and I don't think that's really a feasible option for the near future right now. So, you know, because Tesla came out with their Cybertruck and they've got a lot of interest. I mean, they have over 1 million pre-orders on the Cybertruck. They've really drummed up interest in other companies' products, like this Rivian that's coming out. There's probably a lot of people who are like Tesla and want a Tesla Cybertruck, but are buying a Rivian because the Tesla model or the Tesla Cybertruck's not even available. So Tesla needs to get on the ball, and they need to get that Cybertruck pumped out because they just don't have a truck. Obviously, their SUVs are small. I don't think they're really 6 or 7 passenger vehicles. You know, they're good 5-person and less vehicles. They need to come out with something a little bigger than the Model X if they want to compete, you know, against bigger SUVs, because just, you know, having 6 or 7 people in a Model X, if they're not small kids, it's going to be super cramped. This R1S is going to be, I think, a little better. It's a little bigger, more cargo room, more leg room for, you know, bigger kids. They actually have 7 people or 7 adults in there. It's more realistic. Anyways, hope you found that helpful, at least entertaining. And be sure to stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe to the channel for more updates, for more videos like this. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.